Good evening, everyone. I am Andres, and together with Andre, Enrico, Karen, and Carla, we would like to welcome you to Travelog, harnessing the power of data for business decisions in the hotel industry. The COVID-19 pandemic's toll on the hotel industry was one of the heaviest. Hotel vacancies were high, losses grew, and layoffs were present in hotels everywhere. This negative trend started to see some recovery around the third quarter of 2021, but it was never resolved to the pre-pandemic levels. And that's a problem we want to solve. The pandemic has changed the travel landscape, and we want to help hotel owners adapt their strategies by analyzing post pandemic consumer behavior to surpass the pre pandemic levels. Our goal is uplifting Philippine tourism by helping hotel owners improve service through a data driven and customer centric approach. One of the ways that we can achieve this is by trying to reach the international standard for hotels. We found out that foreigners are more likely to give negative reviews for their hotel stays, meaning that we have to be comparable to hotels from other countries as well. Our data was collected from Booking.com, where we were able to scrape 300 rows of hotel level information and 50,000 room level reviews.
To help the hotel industry, we investigated their customer characteristics to address unmet needs. First, we check who their customers are. We found out that solo travelers are more likely to leave negative reviews than couples or other types of travelers. Additionally, the longer a guest stays at a hotel, the more likely they are to write a negative review. The typical length of a hotel stay is 1 to 2 nights. We also performed clustering to identify key customer groups. We identified a total of 5 clusters: low budget solo, low budget couple, mid budget couple, mid budget family, and high budget family. These clusters were determined based on the occupant type, budget, and room type preference of the customers included in the dataset using K-prototype clustering, which is a sibling of K-means clustering developed to cater mixed data types. After profiling the customers, we also investigated what matters to them when it comes to their hotel stay. We examined the positive and negative reviews we scraped from Booking.com and found out that these are the top nouns customers mention in their reviews: staff, room, location, and price or value for money. To further investigate what customers say about these 4 key observations, we identified the top positive adjectives and top complaints per key observation. As a recommendation, hotel owners need to keep in mind these adjectives in hiring hotel staff. Also, it is important to improve their available rooms to keep attracting customers. And lastly, they need to make sure that they are providing services that are worth the customer's money.
After studying customer reviews, we will now examine hotel features. The next question is, which types of hotels do customers prefer? To find out, we examined the relationship between the hotel's review rating and various features, and we found the following correlations. Here, I would like to highlight the importance of adding more features. This could increase our star rating, potential revenues, and most importantly, the overall review rating of our hotel. To determine which facilities to prioritize, we then examined top lacking facilities that made each cluster unsatisfied with their stay. Here, shown below, are the most important facilities per cluster. Common facilities include keycard access, accessible parking, and a socket near the bed. So aside from having nice facilities, we learned earlier that placing hotels in convenient locations is also important for the guests. Based on our data, Pasig and Makati are the top 2 cities with the highest average review rating. In the next slides, we will be studying the locational features of these 2 cities. Here we can see that Makati and Pasig hotels have many nearby walkable attractions. They're also located close to restaurants and bars. In short, hotel guests prefer cities with many nearby walkable attractions and nearby restaurants. We also incorporated our customer segments into our maps to find out which locational features matter most to each cluster. Low-budget solo travelers tend to enjoy hotels in cities such as Quezon City, Pasig, and Muntinlupa, which have affordable but high-quality hotels. Meanwhile, location doesn't matter as much to higher income clusters. Taguig is the highest rated city within the high-budget family cluster. For them, having access to high-class facilities is more important than having many nearby attractions.
Our group developed two machine learning models to aid the hotel owners on their decision making and improve their marketing strategies. The first model is a classification model using the reviews, which will classify if a particular guest will enjoy their stay given certain features of the hotel. Using this model will help the owners to know which type of customers they can focus on given their price, amenities, and location to have a better reviews and will improve their reputation. The development of this classification model involves these three steps. First is the pre-processing of data and features which will be used by the models. After pre-processing, we executed 5 baseline models. Our main metric for this classification is the precision score to accurately measure the number of guests that will give a better review. After running multiple models, we decided to use the gradient boosting with the precision score of 70.2% as this model has the lowest loss and has the best interpretability. We also employed explainability techniques such as SHOP to understand what factors affected the most to classify the review. Based on this graph, the most relevant factor is the nationality, followed by the number of amenities in the bedroom and the price of the room.
Another way we can help hotel owners is by identifying a price that would be considered reasonable, given specific hotel and room features. As determined by our analysis of guest reviews earlier, having reasonably priced rooms contribute to higher ratings and an overall better stay. To do this, we created a model that aims to predict what this reasonable price is. The following steps were taken in the development of our final pricing model. This includes pre-processing steps such as the removal of outliers and multicollinear features. We then fitted several models and selected the best one based on specific evaluation metrics, and then determined which features contribute the most to the price of a hotel room. We fitted 6 models, and the best models was determined based on the R-squared, which tells us how well the dependent variables explain the variability in the prices, and the RMSE, which tells us how close the observed data points are to the model's predicted values. And as you can see, the extra-trace regressor had the highest values for these two metrics. Based on our model, we identified the following determinants of room price. High contributors such as having a specific room type, their hotel star rating, and the location will justify higher hotel room pricing. And interestingly, current room review scores have little to no bearing in the determination of room prices, which reflects the current state that these reviews are not utilized. This presents an opportunity for hoteliers to listen to their customers and improve on their services.
We created 2 major features for the deployment of this project. The first is an interactive data visualization dashboard that will include our EDA and clustering. And the other one is a guest experience classifier web app where you can input details of a hotel room booking, like its amenities and location. And the model will output the prediction probability, their experience, and an estimated price for the stay, as can be seen here in the demonstration upon clicking submit. Now to summarize our findings, we found out that staff, room, location, and the price or value matter the most to these hotel guests. Guests prefer locations with complete facilities and is located in convenient locations. And currently, room review scores have little to no bearing in the determination of room prices. For the next steps of this project, we want to expand the scope to other cities such as Cebu, Davao, and nearby cities in Metro Manila. And we want to expand the dataset past these limitations that we found. We found bias and limitations that first, OTAs remove negative reviews to include more positive reviews. Next is response bias. And we also want to include other OTAs aside from Booking.com. And we also want to try to include other dates since different dates dictate different prices, availability, etc. And that concludes our presentation. Again, we are Travelog. And until next time, we would like to wish you the safest of travels. Thank you.